Good evening, Dandadan fans. Chapter 197. Tonight, I am Mr. Twitchy94. That's my eyeball somewhere over there. Monte the First. Welcome to another live stream on a Monday night.
Welcome. We are back. Another one. And we're getting closer to the anime once again, too. So, we're going to be eating every week on Mondays and...
Are they doing a Thursday release again, or are they doing a weekend now? I hated that Thursday. I'm not going to lie. I'll look it up. I think the Thursday release was so awkward last time. July 3rd.
July 3rd.
So let me take a look.
Okay, July 3rd.
It's gonna be a Thursday. Again.
Thursday.
I just had to do it.
There you go. Okay. Thursday, Monday, Thursday.
That's pretty good.
Oh, the One Piece day too.
Thursdays, yeah. I know what you are, Tatsu.
Know what you are. Hey, see, he told him. He said, "Hey, Studio Sorrow, I want you to drop it on Thursday."
So I can read my leaked version of One Piece, and then I can.
We know who he is. He didn't want to put it on Sunday to make it too obvious, so he did Thursday. You know.
We know what you are.
We know what you
are. But tonight we have more aerial combat, Top Gun, Mission Impossible, In the Sky. We got a worm that came out of a carry-on bag. What?
Isn't that something? The irony of having a worm in the sky, like worms are always synonymous to underground or the ground, and we have a worm in the sky. I don't think I ever seen that before. Not necessarily.
I mean, you want to take that a step further? We have subterraneans in the sky.
That too. Sharks. Everything that shouldn't be in the sky is in the goddamn sky. Maybe humans shouldn't be in the sky after all. If this is what we got to worry about, I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's not our domain.
But what happened last chapter?
Okay, so I joked about it, but last chapter, it was primarily about a plan that Seiko had in mind for Gigi and Momo to cool down the water vapor current that is traveling up the center of the typhoon. And by throwing those shark ice cubes into the middle of the typhoon, it will also cool down the water that is underneath it. So a war on two fronts. Now, they were successful in shooting one singular shark into the typhoon, and it was about as useful as a single drop of water is in putting out a fire. So, Mama Kito, she decided to unpack her carry-on, add a little bit of water, and then one of the sons and Anaconda, Jennifer Lopez. She decided to bring out one of the children of their Mongolian Death Worm that they had back in the Cursed House arc. This thing ate up a whole bunch of sharks and then was firing them rapid fire right into that typhoon, so much more effective than previously.
Yep. I mean,
that
was pretty much the chapter. Yeah, that was a chapter. Theorizing, yeah, I'm gonna pause the theories again. I ain't got nothing new. We'll see if this chapter brings up something new. I'm intrigued. It does? Okay.
So you might be wondering why I'm shaking my head, guys. Yes, I was spoiled on the panel through squinted eyes, and then I got a confirmation. It is absolutely hilarious. Hey, what's up, Sherm?
Yo.
Yeah, so I did see the panel. I think it's going to be the crown jewel for this chapter. And if you have not seen it, Vante, I am so excited to see you react to it.
I have no clue what it could be.
If you had a guess, what do you think?
I mean, so we're shooting the ice sharks. We should be messing with the center of it, with the vapor. It might clear out or something. We might see something there, a person, a thing, something like that.
Okay.
if we can get down to it. Other than that, I have no clue.
Are you of the opinion that this Human Typhoon is a cryptid, or it's something being masked as a cryptid?
Something being masked, because I just feel like it'll be too random. It'll be such a coincidence that our group right here is in the middle in the sky, and then this just pops out of nowhere.
Okay.
So maybe it's both.
I'm actually in the front boat, so I think that it is an actual cryptid. And what's terrifying about this, and we talked about this a little bit at the end of last stream, we couldn't theorize too much because it was relatively straightforward, but how do cryptids replicate? Can they replicate? I think there could be multiple Human Typhoons all across the world. And if that's the case, we could have like a superstorm, like shout out to 2012, the movie. I love that movie. Yeah, I'm scared, because if that's the case, if we don't have to deal with just one, but multiple, we're in trouble.
I have a question. How do you think cryptids are made, or at least these ones in specific, if there are more, or this one in particular, the Human Typhoon?
There's absolutely nothing to make me think this way. But again, just for fun, half shits and giggles, I think, again, Tatsu is very much a One Piece fan. I think that these cryptids are born from spiritual seeds. So even potentially the karmic balls, they could give rise to these cryptids that form outside of karmic energy, so to speak.
I'm thinking along the lines of that. I think it has to do with human, either souls or human emotions.
Okay.
I think it's like I don't know if it's like people that got maybe massacred or something, and they all kind of like collectively come together. Yeah, and become like a human cryptid ghost thing. Yeah. I think it could be something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, you want to just hop straight into it? I think you are first this week.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Internet has been good since I got home, so I am just gonna risk the biscuit. Sherm, I know you're here, so please let me know as soon as possible. I will sporadically pause while I'm reading. Normally I don't do that. Normally I just read from front to back from the chapter. But Avante is going to get out of here for a sec. He's going to turn off his mic. He's going to turn off his camera. I'm going to blind react to the chapter first, with one exception, that being that panel. And then once we have a quick little discussion, if anyone wants to chime in the comments section, feel free to leave your thoughts there. Then I will go ahead and interact with you. Appreciate you, Sherm. All right, so as a final reminder before I get into the chapter, please make sure you like the stream. We are coming up on chapter 200 of this incredible series, and we want to get out to more of the incredible audience that is the Dandadan fandom. So, with that being said, chapter 197, Earthworm Go. All right, so a direct continuation of last chapter. Whoa, it's flying around like crazy. That worm is awesome. Wait, no, it's still the enemy. I probably shouldn't feel that way. I don't get it. It's outside. Why isn't it freezing? Baka. Never underestimate a being raised underground. Let's get our butts in gear 2. Gear 2? Alright, they are breaching the hull for the multitude of throne sharks, I guess. All right, but Gigi and Momo, they go flying because they are no longer in their seatbelt position, as the flight attendants typically say. Momo! He's jumping on seats. Oh, is she about to get sucked outside? Oh my, Gigi! Oh, please put out your hand, your spiritual hand, Momo. She's getting flown away. Momo! Going towards the wing. My boy! Zuma, you in? Whoa, caught her with the umbrella, close the umbrella. That is such a clean page. All right, so as the umbrella retracts, that's when Momo gets inside of his hand. Gotcha. Futa, guide me, because he's still blind. What? Zuma! What is happening? We got Gigi with one arm hanging on the edge of this fuselage. We got his other arm reaching out for Zuma, who has a umbrella in his hand and Momo in the other. Yeah, where's Momo? I'm holding her. Hey, talk to me. Yo, 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 yo. Sorry, you saved my butt. Hey, how many of these damn sharks do we gotta shoot at it? How many do we gotta shoot at it? How many? Oh, wait a second. Mama asked the first son asked the second son. It's just like a weird game of telephone. This bastard typhoon's not weakening one damn bit. Alright. I still see Sherm here. I still see no internet bar, so I'm going to keep it rolling, guys. I'll read the chat afterwards. Gotta take advantage of this good internet while I have it. Don't stop. She says don't stop. Don't stop. Don't hop. Donut shop. Sounds delish. What the hell are you idiots talking about? This is no time for eating. Mama, the nose. The nose. Oh, it's about to sneeze? I think I called that. Shut your hole, you dum-dum. Oh, it sneezed them back? Oh my god, it cut the worm in half. I think that's it for that worm. Unless you got another carry-on, you typically only get one for free. But that seemed deliberate. That didn't seem random. It's like the nose knew where the worm was and purposely shot these two sharks through it, projectile style. Yeah! Huh? What? Zozuma. Great Serpent Lord! Oh shit, oh shit. The worm's all torn apart. How dare that thing harm the Great Serpent Lord? A mere goddamn typhoon. That bastard's jamming sharks up the nose and shooting them at us. That low down, no good, dirty. Oh no, the worm's floating away. This is going to shit. Without the worm, there's no more pummeling the typhoon with sharks. Not on my watch. Oh my god, she grabbed one edge of the worm? Okay, before I go any bit further, worms are notorious for being... What's the phrase? It's not ambidextrous. It's bi-directional? Is that the phrase? To where technically, like, both sides of the worm are the head. So, if you cut it in half or cut off one end of it, technically it still could survive. Let's see if that's the case here. Oh, hold your ground, Momo. This is insane. Wow, what the hell is happening? We're no longer on the plane. Mama, we're falling. Help, Mama, help. Shut up, you simpleton. No way am I letting this happen. She put the hand through it like a puppet? We're flying. The Great Serpent Lord is flying. Gah! That's the Great Serpent Lord for you. What fantastic powers it has. This is incredible. How are you doing this? It's just like a carp windsock. So I believe that is a type of kite that is present in much of adolescent Japan. I might try to find an image of it later. There's this, really cool, I want to say it was a Chinese teacher that was showing students how much air or how much effort they had to do to blow up this cylindrical plastic bag, and all he did was like simply like move it just a little bit and it filled up completely. And everyone else that was trying to blow it up like a regular balloon, they got exhausted because they were overutilizing their lungs. But I'll continue. The worm's effectively a tube now, so I use my power to punch through it, to let the wind come through its mouth so it can fly like a kite. Hey, old bag, pull the head up. I just heard the voice of Momo Ayase. You've got to climb higher. What are you doing, Momo? The plane's leaving us behind. Up to the top of the typhoon. And we can't toss any sharks like this. No, we're good this way. We just need to keep going up to the stratosphere. But that's dangerous. We'd better go back and... No, if we don't beat the typhoon human, then we'll never reach Shimane, you know? So, in order to beat the typhoon human, and I just realized I'm still on page 19. I have not turned the page yet. I was spoiled on the eye panel. This is the eye of the storm at the top of the typhoon. Yeah, this is a cryptid. 1,000,000%. We have to smash the eye of the typhoon. What in the hell is this? Nightmare fuel, the level of detail on the clouds, the lightning. I've always got bloodshot eyes because my eyes are notoriously dry. Been dealing with allergy season recently. It has been a hot mess. I'm sweating a bit. That was a great read through. I wonder how much she is referring to herself and her family when she says that. Talking about Mama Kito. All right, let's go back. Oh, I think possibly on page 2. Is that what we're talking about, Sherm? That's the first line, at least, that could apply to her family. This was such a full chapter. My goodness. And I did call the nose sneeze attack. That was crazy. Yep, sure, absolutely. I mean, look, we don't know anything about the Subterraneans as a people. This is only one distinct family that we know of, and they all call her Mama. So they could be blood related, they could be just a younger generation. I do think these are her children. They do somewhat look like her in their human disguises. Obviously, we haven't seen the Kito boys in their subterranean form, but I don't think that they're going to look all that different once we do get that reveal. And I love the science with this chapter as well. It makes sense how they got up to that height, because I thought I told myself when Gigi was going to do the spiral shot to counteract the spinning rotation, that's redundant, of the typhoon, he would have to be perpendicular to the top or the bottom of the typhoon. So yeah, they used a worm kite to get above it, and now there is literally an eye, which, oh, I didn't even think about this. There's gonna be some eye stuff in these next few chapters. I hate eye stuff. Not great, guys. All right, but unless you guys have any final thoughts that you'd like to share in the chat real quick, I'm going to go ahead and get Avante back in here for his reaction. And we'll keep the little joke about the emoji that I sent him until the very end, but I think he'll appreciate it once he sees it. This is crazy, guys. Insanity. So, did anyone else see the premiere, the movie for Dandadan Season 2? I know Sherm did. We do try to support the official release whenever we can. I'm talking about us here on the channel. Unfortunately, it would take away a bit from our reaction to the actual episode content themselves. So that's why Vante and I, at least as far as I know, didn't go see it. I definitely didn't. There's a chance Vante did and just hasn't told me. I don't think he would do that. I just keep looking at this last page. This is crazy. Oh my. Alright, so he just needs a quick little second, so I'm going to go ahead and try to riff here for another minute or two. Let's go back to see if I missed anything real quick. I typically do that while he's reading. Oh, I think my other prediction is just as they're falling down, that's when Seiko is going to come back with the airplane and save them some way, somehow, to where, very similar to the train scene from episode 4, one of my favorites from season 1, Momo's going to grab on with her spiritual hands just as the plane continues to shimmy. Calling my shot with that as well. Okay, guys, and then as a final point, because I think Vante is going to get back here in just a second, we are going to be starting up Chainsaw Man volume reactions. We did initially intend for that to be at the beginning of June. I had some work stuff going on that kind of took up so much of my time. I'm not going to talk about that here because I want to have fun tonight. But we are planning not this upcoming Saturday, so not the... take a look at my calendar. Sunday. So not the 15th, but the 22nd, because the 15th is Father's Day, and I'm sure Vante and I will not want to be recording on that day. But yeah, 22nd unofficially is our start date for Chainsaw Man volume reactions. I'm going to try to get a quick little, maybe a minute, 90-second trailer introduction to it, just to let people know that we are starting up the manga. And then this week we are going to be blitzing out Fire Force reactions. At the end of this week we're going to be blitzing out My Hero Academia reactions, and then next week we're going to be blitzing out Haikyuu season 3 reactions. So if any of those 4 series interest you, Dandadan, Chainsaw Man, My Hero Academia, or Fire Force, this is the place to be. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Like this video if you enjoy it. Stream, same difference. I am sweating though. Whew. He's got to hurry. The stream might end. No, I think it keeps going, thankfully, as long as there is a participant still in here. Yeah, let me quickly reread this. Oh, that's an interesting detail. Pages 10 and 11. You get to see a little bit of the cockpit. I do not see any pilots, so is this plane actually physically inhabited with pirates? I mean, essentially, right? Because this is so One Piece-esque. Pilots in the cockpit, or is Seiko essentially going to be able to walk right into that area without any resistance, let's just say? Also, some of these sharks look so realistic. Page 12. I'm not going to insult Tatsu by saying it. It sort of looks like he copy and pasted that from like a Nat Geo documentary on sharks. The detailing on them is insane. I love the anatomy, how they're drawn with their proportions. That's how sharks look.
All right, I am back. I'm back.
My internet died for like 10 seconds after I got done reading it. So I was like, Vante, hurry! Hurry!
All right.
It's a wonderful chapter. You're going to love this one.
It's actually, okay, cool. All right, Earthworm, go. It's a chapter title of chapter 197. I'm sure my bro, Twitchy, already told you guys, like the stream, subscribe to your boys, road to 1K. Now let's continue. I actually really like that one of the Kito family members, he's like kind of outside the margin of that panel on the first page. That's pretty damn cool. I like that. Whoa, it's flying around like crazy. That worm is awesome. Wait, no, it's still the enemy. I probably shouldn't feel that way. I don't get it. It's outside. I don't get it. It's outside. Why isn't it freezing? Dummy, never underestimate a being raised underground. Let's get our butts in gear too. What is that? Oh, that's the engine, the broken engine. Or thought it was like some kind of I don't know, dark stuff. I was thinking like undead on look. Okay. But wham. Uh-oh. Hey, catch Momo. Hey. I didn't mean to do that. Hey. Shout out Bokuto though. Momo. Get her. Oh my god. Outside. Oh shit. Oh wow. Okay. Momo. Ooh, good shit, Zuma, aka Brother Boy. Good shit, bros. The brothers. Nice. Zuma, you in? Okay, got her. Nice. Gotcha. Fucha, guide me. Wow. Zuma. Uh-oh. He got the umbrella. I feel like Zuma will be okay. If he did fall off, but still, I mean, the boy is blind. Well, Umbrella Boy, he's manifested, so I guess he's not blind right now. I didn't even think about that. Okay, grabbing onto the umbrella, grabbing onto the top of the plane. Yeah, where's Momo? I'm holding her. Hey, talk to me. Yeah, wow. Sorry, you saved my butt. Hey, how many of these damn sharks do we got to shoot at it? How many do we got to shoot at it? How many? This bastard typhoon's not weakening one damn bit. Don't stop. She says don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't hop. Donut shop sounds delish. They playing telephone. Stop playing telephone at this time. It's not time for this. What the hell are you idiots talking about? This is no time for eating. Mama, the nose. Shut your hole, you dumb. Oh wow. Why? So I was like kind of zoomed in, so I seen the sharks. I didn't notice it was a nose and they're in the nostrils until I looked back. Oh, that's kind of funny. Oh my god. Damn. Just shot the sharks through the damn worm from the nostril shots. Once again, this is another panel. You put this out of context to somebody, they'll be like, what the fuck am I watching? Sharks are in the plane. Sharks are going through a worm from nostrils. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. Yeah, great serpent lord. Huh? What? Oh shit, the worm's all torn apart. How dare that thing harm the great serpent lord? A mere goddamn typhoon. That bastard jamming sharks up the nose and shooting them at us. That low down, no good, dirty. Oh no, the worm's floating away. Without the worm, there's no more pummeling the typhoon with sharks. Not on my watch. Ooh. Hold your ground, Momo. This just looked crazy. I'm just looking at the art. What the hell? That is wild. Tatsu, you were different. Wow, what the hell is happening? We're no longer on the plane. Mama, we're falling. Help, Mama, help. Shut up, you simpleton. No way am I letting this happen. Fire, another fire double threat, nice. We're flying the Great Serpent Lord. Wait, we're flying. The Great Serpent Lord is flying. Yeah, haha, that's the Great Serpent Lord for you. What fantastic powers it has. This is incredible. How are you doing this? It's just like a carp windsock. The worm's effectively a tube now, so I use my power to punch through it. To let the wind come through its mouth so it can fly like a kite. I was thinking something. I was like a balloon. Yeah, kite. Nice. Hail bag. Pull the head up. I just heard the voice of Momo Ayase. You've got to climb higher. What are you doing, Momo? The plane's leaving us behind. We can't toss any sharks like this. No, we're good this way. We just need to keep going up to the stratosphere, okay? Y'all gotta be careful. Don't go too goddamn high, man. But that's dangerous. We better get back down. And no, if we don't beat the Typhoon Human, then we'll never reach Shimane, you know? So in order to beat the Typhoon Human, we have to smash the eye of the Typhoon. Wow, that's a fire. Wow, Tatsu. Wow. The eye of the damn storm, huh? Literally, the eye of the storm. I guess I was kind of on the mark earlier. I said something about going to like the center of it, breaking or cooling down the center to disperse the vapor and all that. This is definitely wow.
Definitely a cryptid.
But like, it's interesting. I'm just kind of thinking back. I noticed the whole yokai thing, though, what I'm thinking about with Ken's theory. I don't know, that kind of reminded me of that. About like yokai around Earth, even though this is different, but
no, it's
seeing this, you know. Yeah, Momo's definitely going to get lost. Like this chapter just foreshadowed it.
She was so close. She was so
happen.
close. Yeah, bye.
Fucking not. Fucking nostril shark shot, or whatever the fuck.
I did call that. I said, what happens if a shark is thrown up the nose or thrown in the mouth? So the fact that he was using the sneeze attack against the worm? What? So I think this also goes back to what I said at the beginning of the stream before we started. I do think that there are multiple human cryptids. I think each of the typhoons could theoretically be a cryptid. Or each of the typhoons could be a human typhoon. Not necessarily that they all have to be, but there could be more than one.
Tatsu, we know what you are, man. You're an older fan with all these, like, just insane, large, strange, mysterious creatures just out in the middle of an ocean or a sky. But from the stratosphere, though, y'all gotta be careful, though. Don't go any higher than that. Don't go any higher than that.
I was just rewatching a reaction to season 1, episode 1 of Invincible when Mark first got his flying powers, and he accidentally went above the cloud line, almost got hit by a plane, and then ran out of oxygen at the top of the stratosphere. I'm just like, wow, what is the chances of this? I'm so impressed with Zuma. He's doing all this while blind. What a clutch save.
Yeah.
I know Brella Boy is guiding him, but, you know.
Yeah, he's his eyes, but yeah, he still has to, I guess, go with his guidance. Like, okay, turn right here. Got you. Okay, where you want to go? There. Oh, got it. Gotcha.
I do like how GG saved Zuma, though.
Yeah, I mean, he had to. Or else
I know, otherwise Momo was gone. I
would start disliking Gigi if he started, some bullshit. And that's one thing that this series has done a great job. Like, usually in other series, Gigi, this kind of character will already start to piss you off a little bit.
Yes.
Like, he's not like sure, you might disagree with him, but you can still see where he's coming from. But he doesn't go over the top trying to be like a dickhead or, being a jerk just because, oh, what did I tell you? Don't talk to Momo. Don't interact with her. No, he doesn't do that. So I love that.
I can already tell the anime adaptation of this so far down the line is going to be insane. You know how they have that really... I think they've done it a couple times with like plane crashes, how the editing is so quick and it's so like jittery. It's like... I could just see like reaching out, Momo spinning, reaching out, Momo spinning, reaching out.
So how do you think they're going to attack it?
I think it's a top-down spiral blast, like right through the eye.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Yep.
This Human Typhoon's gonna get LASIK. That's gonna be the next stream title.
Yo, that panel, that page, it's gonna be wild. Like I see it in my head, just spiral going down with the eye. Oh yeah, that's gonna be crazy.
So I sent you a meme on Discord. It is the spoiler that I got that confirmed when I squinted my eyes that it was what I thought it was. Have you ever played the game Terraria?
Mm-hmm.
Chapter 197 out of context. It's got the umbrella. It's got the worm. Oh, shit.
With the people on the back.
With the people on the back, and they're just as many as the Kito boys. And then another thing that I'm just now sending you, this is the final boss of the game. It's called the Moon Lord. And I was thinking to myself, like, man, that could be the leader of the Cur. That could be the king right there. If you guys are interested, please join our Discord. I'll share a link to it in just a moment. If you're not already
the eyes
in there.
On the hand, too.
Mm-hmm.
Illuminati stuffs and all that. The brain, hive mind.
Yeah, I was freaking out when I was like, page 18, I was like, they're going above to see the eye of the storm. And I just shared the link to our Discord in the chat, guys, if you want to join. It's always in the description, but it's in the chat now.
All manga has to have a clean eye shot. You just have to. Like, if you don't, what are you doing? You'll never be.
I just hate the fact that we're gonna get an eye LASIK surgery next episode or next chapter. It's like, I can't stand eye stuff. Tatsu, you probably watch our streams, don't you? You probably know that about me. I hate eye stuff. He's like, I got it. Eye of the storm.
That is so cool looking though. Just looking more at it. Like,
yeah,
the mountain of matter. I'm not gonna say flesh, but matter kind with of. The lightning.
I mean, the lightning is sort of like tendons, and how the eyeball is connected to the eye cavity. You can look at that typhoon from top down. That could be the eye of the planet. As you were saying with Okarune's thought about there being an ArcNet reactor around the planet, a la Tony Stark.
I definitely could see, no pun intended, actually. Momo or characters, but I'm just gonna say Momo first. She's gonna fall inside of the eye, like in the hole, and then get lost and get transported somewhere else or something like that.
Oh,
because it technically is a hole.
Do you think?
Somewhere off. Would it be off planet or in planet? I don't know. Somewhere new. That's all I can say. Somewhere new.
Do you think there's a civilization living inside that eye?
I mean, maybe. I mean, because, I think so. The reason why I think so is because of, like, I'm thinking back to Dodoria, what she does with the gods of the lands and whatever contracts or whatever she does. I feel like maybe it's other people that have done contracts with this thing to protect them, help them travel across the planet. Yeah, something like that.
Gods
Tatsu,
of
we
the
know what
land
you
and
are,
gods
man.
of the seas.
Tatsu.
I immediately thought about the Tantata. I was just like, the Tantata! They're there! Or, more accurately, like jokes aside, I was thinking about the minks on top of Zanisha. Like, they're living symbiotically inside of this thing. And then if you think about it even further, bacteria, they could be living like bacteria inside of this iris.
Yeah. I feel like this, I think this is going to be a long series. Like, this right here just seems like something that, like, I don't know, say chapters down the line, the character's going to think back to whatever with this eye, like, do you think that was a part of, like, the planet's face or something?
Is it part of the Moon Lord's hand?
Like in One Piece with something that's like that. Really anything that's like from the Void Century or before.
Yeah.
Or like say Zunisha or something like that. Like, Zunisha, well, when that comes back up, we'll see. Or stuff in the Sky Island. Or a Sky Island. The Eye of the Typhoon.
I want you to go back. I noticed this while I was trying to stall for time when you were coming back. Go back to the double spread of 10 and 11 for a sec.
Mm-hmm.
Just take a moment, look at that spread, see if there's anything that you might be thinking about it.
Nah. I do like how Tatsu structured it though, from the nose way in the back, or first showing on the side and then way in the back coming down. How fast that is, and it's just straight up one shot the worm. But there's nothing really else that I see.
I think that is the first close-up view of the cockpit. So I theorized or pondered, is Seiko going to have to storm the cockpit, or is it going to be empty? Is the plane essentially flying itself from the real dimension, and then the shadow dimension, spiritual dimension, the nether, the empty space dimension, if that's just a shadow of what's going on in the world? Because remember, we haven't seen Seiko in a couple chapters. She said she was going to fly the plane, and then, Mama Kito did what she did.
Shit, Seiko might be the one that's going to get lost.
She's
going to
just
fly
like
the plane.
flying the plane.
It's going to start breaking. Everybody else is going to just fall out, or they're going to like fall into the eye or something like that. While she's
it's not like she can see what's going on outside. So like, how does she know what's going on? They just went up to the stratosphere, remember?
Exactly.
She was not involved in that plan. But
and
also,
next time we see her, she's not gonna remember
in science
Momo.
class. She's been taking notes. She's not gonna paying
remember
attention.
Momo.
Oh damn! I didn't even think about that.
Remember Momo no mo.
Why am I flying this plane? I don't know how to fly a plane. Why am I flying a plane?
This just has to be a long series because like we don't know nothing, man. Like I refuse to believe that this would end in like 120 chapters.
Here's a thought. Obviously, there is a ton of beef, and that is putting it very lightly, between Turbo Granny and Sanjime. Do you think Seiko has a sworn enemy?
The fact that she knows so much about the world, I would assume she probably does have an enemy, just because it's like, why would you need to know so much? All this information that she knows, spirals, all this stuff that's like beyond, like every time we're introduced to a new power, it's through her most of the time. So, or part of the power system. So just for her knowing, I mean, obviously she can know this stuff without having to, have somebody that's, constantly she's beefing with, but it sounds like out of personal experience, and she seems to be a character that, like, she knows how to survive. You could tell. Like, she knows how to survive, so I'm thinking she's been through some shit, whether it's a person that did it to her I don't know, but I think it's a high likeliness that there might be someone that is an antithesis to her.
Because what I was thinking is, with all the exorcisms that she's done in the past, I know at least one of them has messed up, because she seemed a bit traumatized when Gigi was like, hey, let's save Evil Eye. So yeah. I think there was at least one exorcism that she was a part of that went horribly wrong. And it could either be that yokai or the family of whoever they were trying to exorcise has a personalized grudge against her now. So I'm just thinking, like, what happens with her, let's just call it her part in this arc, right? Because she can't just, like, pick them up like a airplane Uber. Maybe? I mean, she does have broken ribs, but I don't know. I feel like there has to be something that prevents her from doing so.
She does kind of give that vibe to me always as somebody that made a mistake in the past. Whether it was from the exorcism or not, I don't know. That was like foreshadowing kind of, but like she seems like somebody that made an honest mistake in the past that really ruined maybe her own experience and in proximity to that.
Could have killed her kid. Could have killed their spouse, Momo's parents.
Yep. I still think back to the early on in the anime or in the manga too. She just seems a bit different back then. She seemed more traditional. I don't know, like just the way she looked a little bit.
Changed from that point
wearing.
To now.
She was like more calm, more motherly. Like now she's just more
nurturing.
Yeah. Now she's just like a mentor, sensei type of, that kind of relationship. So something happened.
I mean, obvious things are obvious. We still don't know where Turbo Granny is.
Right.
Wow, like I'm kind of surprised Tatsu's keeping Turbo Granny on the sideline for so long.
I love it because I know her comeback is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be trending, and I do not want to get spoiled.
Son of a bitch.
I don't want to get spoiled on this series. No, hell no.
I just have to remember it's Monday.
Damn.
Guys, I was talking to Vontae and Sherm earlier. I just have like no defenses on Monday. Like work just, it's work on a Monday after a weekend. So I just have my guard down. And because of that, I just, I'm on Twitter. Oh, shouldn't have seen that. Oh well, Vontae will enjoy it. That you did.
The exorcism go wrong, and that's not Seiko. Has she been possessed all this time? I mean, like, she really does seem different. I know we can't really go off of too much, but she just seemed more, like you said, nurturing and different vibe.
Okay, so let's take what Sherm said at face value. That yokai that has possessed Seiko, let's just call it, I don't know, Yokai 1. What is the goal of Yokai 1? Because this is a super long plan, if that is the case.
I mean, honestly,
it could be the yokai living in a human body.
Maybe.
Kind of like since she's like Evil Eye?
Maybe. And since she was a spirit medium, maybe she was able to like bond with it, or not bond with it, but the yokai that inhabits her body kind of took her characteristics and started to become more human, I guess. So like, I don't know, I'm just thinking since Seiko is like a spirit medium, maybe she had some kind of influence, even though she's quote unquote dead. Maybe she's like blessed or something, and it kind of like cleansed that body, so she's not like a yokai.
Do you remember if she had any dialogue with Rin or Mai?
Yeah, she had a little bit. I think when right when they quote unquote defeated Mai, she was telling Rin to Well, she just kept telling her
No.
to sing and keep on doing whatever. That was pretty much it.
Not in that scenario. Since Mai became Rin's guardian spirit. Isn't it
It's
kind of weird
hard
that she
for
didn't
dialogue.
mention anything about the guardian spirit, given the fact that she's a spirit medium?
I mean,
Think
hell,
she
she
would
kind of
explain
didn't.
that a little bit more.
She didn't really do it with Turbo Granny either. She's kind of just let it happen. And at this point, I really think she purposely did that. Because
Put Turbo
if she
Granny
did,
into the cat.
yeah, because if she didn't do it on purpose, she would be surprised. We never seen her be like surprised about it or nothing like that.
Not
Like
really.
it was on an accident. She'd be like, "Oh my god!" But since it was on purpose, she knew what she was doing, and that's why I think Turbo Granny, is friends with her now, or kind of bonded with her because she knows what she did actually helped. Man, I cannot wait to learn about Seiko. This is going to be like one of the best character backstories, revelations in manga. It's going to be wild.
I have a feeling the reveal will change everything we know about her.
Yeah.
And we might look at her a certain type of way, but Momo, just with her character, or even Okarun for that extent, I feel their feelings will be unchanged. No matter what she did, no matter, what mistakes that she made in the past, I feel like that genuine love that Momo has for her grandmother, despite all their bickering, and Okarun by extension because that's his master, I don't feel like they are ever going to not take her side, which could be an interesting dynamic for those two and Seiko versus, let's just say, the world.
We're still thinking she has some kind of relation to this alleged Illuminati group.
I don't know. Illuminati, maybe. I'm thinking more so
or
now
subgroup.
She's a part of a government. I don't want to say resistance, but a government faction that thinks differently than the Illuminati.
Okay. 'Cause I'm just still thinking about her boys with the damn all-seeing eye stuff on their clothes.
I know.
Yeah, it's like maybe they're just a faction that was, kind of that derived from it, or how sometimes in stories where two groups use the same symbol, but it's kind of different just to show that you are different from the other. It might be something like that.
Jaegerist.
Yep. So, But Momo, yeah, you're definitely. That's one prediction we got. She's definitely getting lost. This chapter, it's just
Sayonara.
or at least somebody. That's 100%. Somebody will get lost here. Absolutely. If it's not her, it's somebody. Seiko.
Do you think Tatsu's going to do something special for chapter 200, or if it's just going to be more insanity all throughout the next part of this arc?
Throughout, but since we're that would be 3 chapters.
3 chapters.
200 for sure. Especially ending here, right here on this last page. Oh yeah. 200.
198, take out the Typhoon, or at least start the plan. 199, finish it. Chapter 200, what's that inside of the Typhoon?
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Exactly. It's just set up perfectly for it to be that way. Man, this is one of those ones where I'm like, I cannot afford to get spoiled on this. We're in a good spot right now, but I feel like we're getting close to an area where it's nope, we're entering the peak or the prime, well into the prime.
I mean, look, he's due for his own Sabaody if he wants to follow in Oda's footsteps.
Yeah. I
personally don't love Sabaody like that, but I understand why people love it so much. Hell, I mean, technically speaking, it could even be a Water 7 type of deal. Maybe let's just say Seiko is Robin in this situation. She did something against humanity, and the Straw Hats, or the Dandadan crew, they all take her side, despite the whole world going up against her. All the yokai, the aliens.
She does seem like she's on a duty to do what she's doing, going to the gods of the lands. Like, either she's doing it because she has to make up for something, for a mistake that she did once, or I just don't see a person doing all the stuff that she does just because she genuinely just wants to. It seems like she's kind of forced or tasked to do what she does. Gigi, I feel like Gigi is. I don't think Gigi will end up getting lost if that's what you're referring to, Sherm. I think him and Zuma are going to develop a friendship because of Momo, like because of them being together, Momo being lost. And, yeah, I think that's kind of being set up a little bit.
Do you make anything or not of the fact that this is all happening in empty space?
I'm not gonna lie, I turned my brain off. I'm not even thinking about the world. I swear, when you said it a few minutes ago, I was not even thinking about the real world anymore. Like, I can't even fathom how this even works anymore. Like,
I got horse blinders on. There's a human typhoon in front of me. I got a giant eyeball in the sky. I understand why you said that.
Like, it's one thing with the buildings on the ground.
I wasn't expecting that response. I'll just tell you that. I was like, damn, I guess he's not even thinking about it at all.
No, I'm not. Like, I do sometimes, and then I just give it up. I'm like, yeah, nope. I can't do it anymore.
I mean, that's like you worrying about wildfires in your area when your own house is on fire. Like, you got to take care of that first.
Exactly.
Like, shout out to all the first responders that were taking care of that in California last year. Oof. Some scary stuff.
Yeah, this year went by quick. That was really about a year. Yeah, damn.
I know.
It's like one every year, though. I'm not gonna lie. Gotta dissect that eye.
Scalpel. Doctor, we're losing him. Ooh. That's another thought. This seems like a very normalized eye. Do you think we'll get like a cat or a feline, like a demonic, a dog, where the iris is like vertical slit to showcase some kind of aggression? Because right now, if you look at that last double spread, it's almost like this is the natural course of progression of events that this thing just in its own nature is doing. It's not malevolent, it's just existing.
Right, it's just neutral. You know something? I think it's kind of a surveillance thing. Like, the eye is at the top, it's in the stratosphere, so it's looking up.
So what's it looking
space,
at? Ooh.
Naturally into space. So whether it's an entry point, like say if aliens come here, they go through the iris or something like that, like there's a hole. Or
could this be the TSA of the skies?
I mean, like, for it to even be
so
pointed
there's
up
definitely
like that,
a
it's
civilization
definitely
in there.
looking.
I didn't even think about that. It's looking up and out in
stuff.
The empty world, or empty
like on
space.
purpose. Yeah. Huh. Because, like, why else would the eye be like that, looking up into the stratosphere?
Wait a second. Question.
It's weird.
For the thought that Okarun had about the ArcNet protector of the yokai, that was the real world, right? That wasn't empty space?
I mean, from that time where we learned it, I just kind of looked at it as like, I mean, at this point, I would think empty space, since everything we deal with usually is like that, like another dimension or but it was a general theory that he had, I guess, for just the world in general. I don't know
the reason why I thought it I thought about that and I brought it up is because what if this is much like the Death Star, ironically because of the ocular type of shape, but what if that is a weak spot of our defense system, of our shields? So the Human Typhoon is acting as the empty space barrier to prevent aliens.
Yeah.
Because that's what
otherwise,
Mama Kito said. She said whenever they went into empty space, she immediately said, like, I didn't know you were on their side, referring to the aliens, we think. So the aliens have complete control of empty space, but it just depends on if they can go from empty space to the real world. It's kind of like, I don't know if I know you've watched or have read some of the Harry Potter books. Is that correct?
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of the Ghost. So let's just say Moaning Myrtle, for example. Like, she tries to interact with the physical world, but she can't. That's kind of like the aliens. If they're in the empty space, they can kind of like touch the spiritual center of people, but they can't necessarily extract it. They can't interact with it. All they can do is, just kind of wave their hands through it.
I think you're right about that, because like otherwise that shit is an easy weak spot. So for it to have the storm around it, like, yeah,
it kind of seems like a barrier.
But
which
you would think that there should be something covering on top of it too, though.
I mean, there could be. They said go up into the stratosphere. Like, I don't think that's the highest level of Earth. I think there's ones above the stratosphere. I could be wrong. I mean, I'll look.
Yeah, there's more. There's like 5 different atmosphere.
So again,
the lithosphere, all that.
There could be barriers on top of barriers for that.
I want to go higher. Okay, Momo Rose.
Not a good idea, man. Don't do it.
Yeah, that's why I was like, yeah, don't go too high. You ain't gonna be able to breathe. It's gonna be over. GG.
Oh, God forbid if we get a Titanic scene. I'll never let go, Gigi. I mean, Jack.
Wait. Well, let me go back. So Momo, okay, she said, make it into like a kite. Keep going up.
Up to the stratosphere.
Momo, she's definitely like, I can't remember specifically all the other times, but she always gets it. She always comes up with a plan. I'm like, how the hell did you come up with that? Like, how do you know to instinctually like just do that?
It's natural.
I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna see something where she's gonna be in tune with that eye. She's gonna touch the eye with her power, and she might be the arms of the earth, man.
Latom.
Kind of like Bleach.
Third eye. Latom. Latom.
Mimihagi-sama.
Mimihage-sama.
Left arm, right arm, heart. Might be something like that. That'd be cool if we meet somebody. Like, if we learn that Momo like is some kind of like Soul King type thing. If we see someone else that has like, say, like legs, like leg, or something like that. That'd be pretty cool.
That also got
Momo's
me thinking,
1 of 1.
What if there are objects that can peer through dimensions? So a mechanical third eye, per se. Because we know Momo's arms can reach through and interact through dimensions. But how do you know what dimension that you're looking for? How do you know what it is that you're grabbing, what you're punching, what you're trying to keep out?
Right.
Huh.
Seiko, how's your granddaughter like this? How does she have this power? What'd you do? It's Naruto all over again. What did you do?
This is all capped capabilities. She, since episode 1, has not had her full capabilities with her power set. Which is so
we don't
scary.
even know if it'll be on that.
Yeah, that could be baseline end game. That's not like end game.
Damn, what could she do? Like, what else could, like,
I truly think hands
move
of
the
God,
earth?
like that phrase, hands of God, she can create things with her hands. I don't think it's just interacting with other dimensions. Like, let's just say, for example, if you want to think about it like a sandwich. I know this sounds weird, but let's just say there's an 8-dimension layer sandwich. We're on dimension 3, just to keep it easy. What if the Swiss cheese of our dimension has to be filled with the lettuce from dimension 4? Like, can she take particles from different dimensions and kind of move them around and do literally the hands of God creation?
You know something too? Whatever the big bad is, whatever, do you think it's going to be like, I think I kind of asked this last week or another chapter reaction, you think it's going to be like a Galactus type of, like, literally like a planet eater, big deity type of thing?
I'll answer it like this. I think there is an antagonistic entity like Galactus in the universe that we eventually will go up against. I don't think
Gundam
that's
style.
I don't think it's the final antagonist. I feel
Just
like
like
there is
the
a
big muscle or something like that. I think we're going to have like a big ass Gundam Gurren Lagann type fight. Especially with like the nanotech, and if we can get a lot of nanotech, and then you have Momo, her power, and like every power combined going against like another big body of something in space.
So to build on my point, I feel like the final antagonist is something that is bacterial sized or started off as a bacteria. I think that's the end game antagonist. We can't even see what we're fighting yet. Like,
I think it's going to be the Void.
Developed.
Or comes from the Void, or like a Vecna Mind Flayer type of thing.
I don't know.
Shout out Stranger Things.
It could be. Shout out Stranger Things. I rewatched the first episode and a half yesterday. It was good.
Yeah, destroy it. Destroy the Void.
I don't know. Tatsu has so many options. I know we say that and it sounds cliche. It sounds oversaid. He truly can go in whatever direction he wants with this series.
One Piece in this series is connected. Oh my gosh, biggest theory ever.
I'm just waiting for the One Piece to finally be revealed and Tatsu like next week to be like,
hey man. The Void Century, the Void, that's where all that stuff went to. It's in the Void and Dandadan. Wow, man.
God.
Sanjime, Emu is what Sanjime is, you know.
The human version.
He's a herald. Yeah. Nah, there needs to be mangaka that connect their series. I'll be fired.
The only way it'll ever happen if it's in the same magazine. So
yeah, exactly. Yep. Even though
this is the only way.
You know, Marvel and DC actually have done that before, though.
They've done a few crossover events, yeah.
With but there's a character that's like aside from the crossovers, like in Marvel, that's supposed to be like the Flash. I forget which one, but he's called the Runner, and it's like he doesn't have like a real identity. He doesn't remember who he is or anything, but I
haven't heard of this.
I guess he allegedly just ran from the DC universe into the Marvel universe. He's just like this guy that he probably only appeared like once, but it was pretty neat.
I have never heard of that. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna ask my friend about that. He's more into comics than I am. But...
Oh, Runner. He's just like a silhouette of like red and yellow or something like that. Yeah.
Red Rush.
Exactly.
Oh man, but yeah, fun ass chapter. I said this directly after I got done reading it. This was a full chapter. Even with what I knew about that last double spread, this felt chunky. Jam-packed with content. Just the insanity that is Tatsu's brain. You have a nose firing off frozen sharp snot bullets versus a worm that was dehydrated space food 5 seconds ago in the upside down with a typhoon of frozen shark ice cubes in the back. Like,
what else are we going to see from this series? Like, what else will we see in this damn series in the future? I'm just like, the scale of stuff and just Tatsu's creativity, I can't even imagine what else we would see. Like, what haven't we seen yet?
I was thinking of, if we attribute natural phenomenon to being cryptids or to being yokai, like the Northern Lights. What are the Northern Lights? Is it just a bunch of little people with pom-poms? Like, I don't know. Is it nanotech or bacteria in the sky? That'd be pretty cool. Like, I know you've heard of tardigrades before because I've brought them to your attention. I love tardigrades. If the Northern Lights are actually if the Northern Lights are actually like photoluminescent tardigrades, Tatsu, I am yours. Like, forevermore. If you take my idea, I just want you to call someone Twitchy one time. That's all I care about.
Man, we're living in good times, man. Like, if in the next, say within the next 5 years, if, I don't know, if the magazine turns to shit, who knows what can happen. We're living in good times. We still got some good content all around from all these different series. Some finishing up, some are new. This one, I just, please, if you had one wish from Jump for, well, I can't even say that. There's a lot of wishes. I ain't gonna lie. It's a lot of wishes. To stop bullshitting. That'll be the first wish. But, like, for a series, this has to be, like, if Tatsu wants to write this series and make it a long series, let him do it. Let him do it.
Give him the reins. Keys to the castle. Whatever
do One
analogy you want
Piece.
to use.
I think there'll be people that, obviously, some people are huge One Piece fans, or stans rather, and they will only...
Well, think about
but
it.
there'll be a lot of people that will want to,
Let's just say One Piece ends in 6 years.
Right.
If we give Tatsu, generally speaking, about, I say this is a little overkill, but he's pretty crazy. Let's say we give him 50 chapters per year. 50 chapters times 6, that's 300. 300 plus 200, essentially. When One Piece ends, this series will be at 500 chapters. You're telling me that a One Piece fan that just finished One Piece at however many chapters long, 1,400, 1,500, like, they're not going to look for the next longest series in the magazine? This thing's going to have 500 chapters, and it's going to have, 4 or 5 seasons of anime at that point.
And there will be people, maybe us included in the future, but hey, in the timeline somewhere, we're already, you know how time works. We're already doing it. We're already creating videos about it. But I think, the whole, the new One Piece, this series is a new One Piece, like that kind of talk from around everywhere on all social media platforms will get people to, people will want to try it out. Even if they're hating on some hating shit, they will still try it out, because you would have to be curious. Even if you're a One Piece stan, that's the only series you care about, you would have to still be curious, like, okay, why are they saying this series is the next one? And then based off of the numbers of chapters, if it's like over 400, you're like, okay, well, maybe it is. Give it a shot. Why not? I think Tatsu has to come out publicly and say he's a big fan of Oda, though, for them to want to those people.
That'll be my homework for next week. I will look to see if I can find any of those interviews that Tatsu's had. I know he's had at least one. He might have had more, but I also want to look at some of his author comments, because he
might
seems
get
like
some
such
soon.
a unique dude.
Because I know Anime Expo, I think they said Dandadan is also
is he there as like a panelist or something? Do you know?
Maybe. I'm not sure, but it's a possibility.
Okay.
Damn. Right when the anime comes back, it'll drop the same day. Just about. Same
I
few
also
days.
said, tentatively speaking, June 22nd for Chainsaw Man manga volume.
Okay.
So not this Sunday, but next
before Squid Game. Damn.
Yep.
Squid Game. Oh yeah.
Gotcha.
Lots of good stuff, guys. I cannot wait for that, man.
I think if we have a few good sessions, we might be able to finish Haikyuu, the anime, by the end of the month.
Yeah, because we are, 2 away from the ending core 1, and then we got another, about a few sessions, about 3, 4. Yeah, like maybe 4 sessions or so.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that too, man. Oh my God. Sherm, you know. Anybody else here? You know, man. You know, you know.
I've been getting that Haikyuu itch recently. I've been rewatching some reaction videos. It feels like it's been forever since I've watched it. I know it's only been like 2 weeks, but it feels so much longer than that.
Just react to Peek around here, guys. So if you're new here, hey, Peek. Every time you see an upload, Peek.
Charm, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We'll release more videos. I told the viewers, I said this week we're binging out Fire Force reactions. Next end of the week we're binging out. Oh well. Next week or end of this week we're binging My Hero Vigilantes, and then the week after or next week is gonna be Haikyuu Blitzen. So we're almost there, guys. I now finally have a more concrete schedule.
I'll upload it tomorrow. I forgot. I literally was going to upload it today at 6 p.m. Eastern.
That's fine.
I just thought about it right now. That is okay, though. Daijobu. No, life is not Daijobu.
All right, guys, but that is it from me. Wonderful chapter. I love the science. I love the fact that Momo paid attention in science class. And it's time for some LASIK. I'm gonna label something. The word LASIK will be in the next title, just so you know. Spiral LASIK surgery. It might be exactly that. It might be exactly that.
Okay, last thing. You know they're gonna have the worm digging into the eye or some shit.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
Imagine in the anime, the sound design just squelching. Peek. Peek. But you guys know the drill, man. Like the stream once again. Subscribe to your boys. Road to 1K. We're almost there. We'll be there within this next month. Honestly, like we will be there
before the end of the week. End of the month.
That's the
end of the week. This boy tripping. All right, end us up.
But you guys know the drill, man. Please stay safe, stay healthy, stay clean. See you guys on the next video or stream. Bars. And
peace.
Peace.